Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage GreenBiz CEO, Eric Faurot.
Good job. Oh, yep.
Good afternoon. I can't tell you on behalf of the entire GreenBiz team how excited we are to have all of you here in Phoenix this week. 6 years ago, when we came here, we not only had the goal of creating great content with really critical issues around the key issues in sustainability for sustainability professionals and the tools, but really more importantly, to create a platform that would really help the emerging ecosystem of folks like yourselves, really the higher goal to accelerate the transition to a clean and equitable economy. And the word platform is an interesting word because it can be mundane. It can mean something like the stage I'm standing on so you can see me and the amazing speakers this week. Or it can mean more esoteric, like the software systems that control hardware systems like your phone, which hopefully you're not using at this very second. And those of you who know me know that before I came to GreenBiz, I was in the high-tech space. And I really feel fortunate to have witnessed just a breathtaking transformation and of multiple different technology sectors within technology sectors that have ultimately led us to today. And a couple examples would be, in 1990, I ran a software development event where I watched this tiny little company called Microsoft unseat this giant company called IBM. And the way they did that at our event was they really embraced the ecosystem of software developers, and they said, you should really be developing applications for our platform. We'll make you money, you'll get rich. In 5 years, Windows became the absolute dominant platform for the PC. What's interesting, in 1995, I saw something called the World Wide Web, and I thought we should launch an event for developers who are writing for the web. And over time, not too much time, the web surpassed Windows as the platform. The web became a bigger, better, more ubiquitous platform. It made more sense because things like your phone would work on it. And it was interesting, as our events were in some ways battlegrounds, but more importantly, they were really places where the industry aligned around what was going to move it forward more quickly. And a lot of that has to do with vernacular and getting clear on vernacular. And a great example of that is in the open source space. So in '92, there was a group of folks called the Free Software Foundation that realized when you write code, you could reuse a significant amount of that code, and why not share that code? And a friend of mine, Tim O'Reilly, launched a conference called OSCON, but he realized free software wasn't going to probably scale. So at the first conference, all they did was focus on what's the name, what's this going to be called, and ultimately they came up with open source. And there were a lot of companies that spent a lot of money to try and keep open source from seeing the light of day. Said company might have been said a little bit earlier, but we'll leave that aside. Open source today is one of the most critical parts of any technology stack, and every major data center runs some form of open source. So what's an example in sustainability around vernacular? I think circular economy is one great one. And I think because sometimes it takes badass people like a Tim O'Reilly or an Ellen MacArthur to put a stake in the ground around really clear language. And we've been running a circular track here for 3 years now, and it's been really encouraging to see the uptick and corporations, very large corporations like yourself, really embracing that to solve really hairy problems. So I said all that to say that I came to GreenBiz 9 years ago really hoping to apply what I had learned and seen in the technology industry to the broader sustainability industry. And when Patty Ryder came to our offices, I think in 2012, to pitch the idea of bringing GreenBiz here, we were incredibly excited because she shared our vision that to get to scale, we needed to get to alignment, and that to get to alignment, we needed a big tent. There's lots of events out there, and we thought that's fine, but we really need more galvanizing, more scale. And so one of the first things she said is, she said, I can get the Sustainability Consortium to co-locate an event, and you know, so that's great, that's awesome. And so that was one event 6 years ago, and now we have 6 events that are co-locating. And we're really excited to have these partners doing this, and this is what is gonna help us get to critical mass, and this is what's gonna help us to get to scale. and scale is what's going to help transform the industries that we need to transform. And speaking of scale, one thing that we do is we live stream this event on all of the GreenBiz web pages and in a platform that people can communicate. So we'll have between 5,000 and 10,000 people from around the world tuning in this week to learn and hear what you guys and what we're all talking about. And to help that conversation, we have our folks over at Sidebar, and I'm going to ask Heather Clancy, who's our editorial director, talk a little, what are you guys doing over there?
Well, aside from participating with all, this is amazing. This room is packed. It's awesome. But we're also facilitating the online event, and we will also be asking questions from the audience here and online. So my first directive to you is, if you have a question for one of the panels, send a note to @GreenBiz, and we will pick it up. We'll be filtering what's coming in, and we'll be asking questions later. Also, remember to have a conversation about. I see it's really active already. The hashtag GreenBiz19 hashtag is already super active, but we're going to be filtering, and we're also going to be up there later, John and I. So we're excited to be here with you all and just facilitating this great conversation. Thank you.
Cool, thank you, Heather. And of course, John Davies, who runs our GreenBiz Executive Network, which I know many of you know. John, what are you excited about for today?
I'm excited about having such a wonderful voice.
That's his normal voice, by the way.
And one thing I'm really excited about is we have these emerging leaders who are here with us that we keep coming in, and there's more about this later on today. But I think expanding the community and really making it more diverse and inclusive. I mean, I am kind of amazed at the number in here, but I think our ability to do that, and I think that's reflected with who we put on the stage and who we have in the workshops.
Awesome. Well, what I am really excited about is bringing Ellie Buechner, who's our VP of Conferences, who is really the woman behind this amazing event. So please join me in welcoming Ellie Buechner. So before I turn it over to her, we have a tradition here that those of you who have been here before know what this is. It's our Ussie moment. So what the Ussie moment is a little bit, it's a way to boost our social media and for you to meet the people around you. So what we're gonna ask you to do, and then when we ask you to sit back down, please sit back down. But for now, stand up. Introduce yourself to the person next to you. Now I want you to pull out this fancy phone with a platform, and I want you to take an Ussie of the person next to you and put it to our hashtag.
Yay! Oh.
Whoa.
We should do two. Oh, so good.
Let's do one this way,
Let's do
too.
in the background, yeah. Oh, sorry, here, I'll go this way. I love the background.
Awesome. Okay, now. I think we said a minute.
I'm gonna do this thing now.
What's that?
Who's out there?
No, don't do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Danny.
Oh, the emerging leaders.
Danny. Let's ring. Okay, all right. I know it's exciting to talk to people. Let's all sit down. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Ellie. I look forward to seeing you all week, and stay frosty.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to GreenBiz 19. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored to be part of this community. I'm delighted that you all chose to spend the next 3 days with us and your sustainability colleagues here in Phoenix. And we've been planning this event pretty much since the end of last year's event, so I'm really excited to see it finally come together. I also want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors. Eric thanked our partners, but we really couldn't be here without our sponsors, so thank you to them, particularly our premier sponsors, SC Johnson and BASF. SC Johnson's chairman and CEO, Fisk Johnson, will actually be here with us on the main stage tomorrow, so we're really excited about that. And BASF has been a longtime supporter of the Supply Chain Transparency Summit that we hosted this morning, a highlight of the event for many. So thank you so much to them. We'll also hear from them from a 30 under 30 of BASF later today, so very exciting. Supporting sponsors, many of these longtime friends of GreenBiz, you will see them in the conference program throughout the event. You'll see them at other various activities, so huge thanks to them, as well as our contributing sponsors. Make sure you chat with all of our sponsors outside in the exhibit hall. Come to their sessions. You can learn a ton from them, and so thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you also to our sustainability partners. We could not produce the event the way we do without them. They are just essential to our event production. American Forest this morning hosted a native desert restoration event, which is always great. Bonneville Environmental Foundation helps us to balance 100% of our carbon footprint, our water footprint. Natural Capital Partners helps us to offset 110% of our carbon footprint. So huge thank you to them. And then Copia, TerraCycle, UL, and Waste Management help us with our zero waste program, which is just so essential to this event. Last year, we were able to divert 99.3% of our waste from the landfill. So we're hoping that this year we get to 100%. Thank you all for your support with that, and to our exhibitors as well. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Another part of our sustainability program is our conference app. You'll see we don't have a printed program, so make sure you download the app. You can use this to see the most up-to-date session information, see the speakers. You can also see your fellow attendees and message them. You can see session locations, and please also share your feedback in the surveys, in the sessions in the app. We really listen to and read everything you say, so we really appreciate that. Now to get a little bit more into the why we are here today. At GreenBiz, we start most of our meetings saying the purpose of this meeting is, because who wants to sit in a pointless meeting? But it really does help us to stay on track, to stay focused, to think of the outcomes we want to achieve, and to really begin with the end in mind. So I really invite you all to think about the purpose of why you're here, the reason for being here, what you hope to accomplish, who you'd like to meet, and what you can really do to advance and achieve your goals by being here. The goal for us with this meeting, the purpose of this meeting for us, is directly linked to our mission, to define and accelerate the business of sustainability. We really strive to bring together the leading minds from the most powerful companies in the world to transform the way we do business today, and to further the concept that social and environmental stewardship are good for business. With this event, we aim to share knowledge, build community, and catalyze impact. We need all sorts of different people in all different roles with all sorts of visions, and we need to act with great urgency. You will hear from a fantastic group of speakers today. I'm so excited for our program. I think it's one of the best programs we've ever had. So you will hear from CEOs of companies large and small. We have fantastic leaders of NGOs here. We have a former NFL Pro Bowler. We have a National Geographic photographer. We have leaders in diversity, talent, supply chain, finance, social justice, energy, and many more. We have the newest leaders here, our emerging leaders on our GreenBiz 30 under 30, and then you'll also, of course, meet many of your peers in the sustainability profession. I hope you meet new friends and see old ones over drinks at the Collaboration Lounge presented by Dow later tonight. That's going to be at 5:15 on the ballroom lawn. Over s'mores at the After Dark party later tonight at the Wildflower Ballroom and Terrace. Make sure you go to that. And then over margaritas at the Sustainability Solutions Celebration. So lots of fun to come. I hope that this event for you also is not only productive, but also gives you the time to reflect, recharge, and re-energize yourselves on your missions, and I hope you have a lot of fun too. So I hope that you think about the purpose for being here, and I hope we can help you fulfill that purpose. And here to kick us off, our host partner at ASU President Michael Chrome. Please welcome.